One day, Ethan and Oliver met at a cafe after a long time. Oliver started talking about how difficult work has been lately, sharing his struggles. I just don't feel like doing anything. I have too much work, and I keep clashing with people. Oliver lowered his head and paused for a moment. Ethan, hearing this, couldn't help but think of a solution. Well, if you're struggling that much, why don't you try doing this? When you talk to that person, say this, and I can take care of this task for you. Oliver thought for a moment and nodded. I appreciate it, but this is something I need to handle myself. But Ethan didn't let it go. I'll handle it for you. It'll make things a little easier. Even though Oliver insisted he should resolve it himself, Ethan kept thinking, I should step in and help him. As time passed, Oliver continued to look more overwhelmed, and when the problem remained unresolved, he finally asked for help again. Ethan, the method you suggested, I actually want to try it, but I don't know where to begin. Ethan, now confident, responded, Don't worry, I told you I'd take care of it. I'll just handle it for you. Ethan began tackling the tasks that Oliver should have taken care of. However, the problem turned out to be much more complicated than expected, and things began to unravel. At first, Ethan was confident he could fix things, but as the situation grew more complex, his energy started to drain. Soon, Ethan found himself in bigger problems and realized that his own responsibilities had started to slip behind. How did this happen? Regret flooded his mind. Eventually, Oliver decided to stop accepting Ethan's help, and after the issue was resolved, their relationship became a little awkward. Why did I interfere like that? Ethan began to realize the consequences of overstepping boundaries in someone else's life. Ultimately, his interference had burdened both sides and worsened the situation. Today, we're going to discuss why we should be careful when we interfere with other people's lives, a situation we often encounter in everyday life. Sometimes we feel the urge to get deeply involved in others' problems and offer advice on how they should live. But from a Buddhist perspective, let's think about why this behavior is not always right. First, follow your own path. One of the most important teachings in Buddhism is follow your own path. When we excessively interfere in someone else's life, we often end up neglecting our own path. Each person's life is unique, and we should not try to live someone else's life. Buddhism emphasizes karma, which shapes our lives, based on our actions and decisions. Just as others' lives are formed by their karma, we must carry our own karma and should not attempt to carry someone else's. We may want to ease someone else's pain, but the karma they have accumulated through their life experiences is something only they can fully understand and accept. If we try to solve their problems without understanding their past and karma, we are trying to impose our own standards on them, which is like putting the wrong key into a lock. So instead of trying to impose our solutions, we must respect their karma and support them in finding their own way. Second, a calm mind, true empathy. In Buddhism, inner peace is highly valued. When our minds are calm and peaceful, we can live in harmony with the world. However, excessive interference in others' problems can shake our peace of mind. When we take someone else's problem as our own, it disturbs our inner peace. True empathy, according to Buddhist teachings, is not just about feeling the other person's pain, but also about helping them solve their problems by enabling them to make their own decisions. Excessive interference can rob them of their autonomy in making choices. Therefore, Buddhism teaches that helping others should not involve forcing solutions, but rather providing them with the freedom to make their own choices. Third, carry your own karma. A key concept in Buddhism is karma. We live carrying our own karma, and it influences our lives in ways that only we can understand and deal with. Trying to take on someone else's karma is not only impossible, but it also interferes with their growth. Even if two people face similar challenges, their experiences and solutions will differ. Helping someone with their karma without fully understanding it could prevent them from learning how to resolve it on their own. Trying to carry someone else's karma can also drain us and cause unnecessary suffering. Fourth, respect others' lives. Ultimately, what we must understand is to clearly define the boundaries between ourselves and others. A strong desire to interfere in others' lives crosses these boundaries. Buddhism teaches that mastering our own mind is one of the most important practices. Instead of trying to change others' minds, we should focus on controlling our own while respecting the lives of others. We are all walking different paths. My life is different from someone else's, just as their life is different from mine. When we witness others' pain or struggles, the best we can do is to understand them and support them in resolving their issues on their own. In conclusion, the reason we say, don't interfere with other people's lives is to follow the Buddhist principle that each person must carry their own karma and walk their own path. When we impose our solutions without understanding their situation, we may only cause harm. We cannot fully comprehend someone else's pain and experiences. Therefore, rather than taking over their challenges, we must help them by allowing them to find their own solutions and grow. Respecting their freedom to make choices is the most compassionate way to support them. I hope that your hearts remain calm and peaceful today. Thank you for watching.